Welcome to Fireteam Chat, IGN's Destiny show. Thank you so much for joining us today. Joining me in the studio today is Fran Mirabella.
Hey, Guardians.
Sean Finnegan.
Chomp.
And that is it. That is everybody still playing Destiny.
No, all that's left.
That's not true at all. CJ's actually out on an event. He'll be back soon. Let's go over what we're going to be talking about on the show. So real quick, we're going to be talking about all those patch notes that we got, our experience with Iron Banner, some of the new raid changes, what we think about Masterworks armor, and some stuff Christopher Barrett has been tweeting.
Oh, man.
Before we get into it, Fran, you wanted to plug our Discord.
Man, we want to play with you. So on YouTube/Fireteam Chat, go to this episode or any episode. We'll try to have it in there, but we're leaving our Discord links because it's a great place to find other Guardians to play. And I got to tell you, I keep looking, and it's been a little tricky. So it is a great place to find people. Would love if more people could get in there. So please take a moment and go there.
Definitely. All right, check that out, guys. Real quick, let's get to the news. Bungie has released a large update for Destiny 2, which has begun a long road to improving the game for the better. The first update, which is live now, added drops back into the raid, created avenues for players to collect weapons and armor during events that reduces randomness, and a plethora of minor sandbox tweaks. One important tweak was the adjustment to the shoulder charge, and I'll explain why. Bungie has reverted the adjustment and commented about their design philosophy to tweaks going forward. Designer Josh Hamrick said the following: "In retrospect, we think this change was a mistake, and we've heard you all say the same. We believe there are a number of gameplay items like this that perform or are used differently than we expected, but are thoroughly enjoyed nonetheless. In the future, we want to embrace the state of gameplay items like that and balance around it, not against it." Full patch notes can be seen on this week's Bungie blog. In addition to the positive changes, we received a development roadmap outlining when we can expect fixes through this May, when the next expansion, Gods of Mars, is expected to release. In addition to the blog notes, Christopher Barrett has been tweeting up a storm, letting fans know that game modes such as Prison of Elders and Court of Oryx will make a return, that we can expect more roadmaps like the one in this week's update, and that we will be receiving more Prestige raid layer news soon. So what do we think about all this? That's what we'll be discussing on Fireteam Chat this week. So I think the biggest thing out of all that is definitely Christopher Barrett's tease that Prison of Elders, Court of Oryx, and Archon's Forge type game modes will be returning. He didn't say specifically that those. Somebody asked about them, and he basically just said yes.
Yeah.
But, I mean, that's pretty obvious confirmation that we're getting those modes returned.
He's done that before, though. I don't have the exact phrase in front of me, but sometimes it's like, are we going to get stuff like that again? Like that, right? And, but whatever the case, I mean, he's been very forthcoming. It's been awesome. Props to him and the team.
Yeah, what else did he tweet about? He said we're going to get more roadmaps. May. So he said in the roadmap that we got, May is when Gods of Mars is going to be released. That's the next expansion based on.
They confirmed that name? I missed
it. It was leaked on the Microsoft Store.
Oh, it was.
Yeah.
So.
The description I believe was fake, but the name has been widely distributed.
But yeah, it's May. We now know that that it's coming in May.
Yeah, and we're going to hear more on the Prestige raid layer soon because there's some ornaments that you can unlock that are kind of, you can't do anything right now because you can't do Prestige raid layer to unlock them.
Right.
So yeah, so it's really great that he is continuing his effort to be transparent. And yeah, I think that's exciting. Would you guys play Prison of Elders again?
I mean, I thought Prison of Elders was one of the coolest parts. Well, I mean, it was the coolest part of House of Wolves, right? It was like the only part. But it was really cool. I remember Skolas at that time being some of the most challenging PvE content I've done in the game.
Crazy.
Yeah.
And it was a lot of fun. I remember doing it here on stream and being like super amped when I got it done.
Yeah.
So I would love to have an experience like that again. I also don't think we have enough small-sided fire team events, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I love the idea of a PvE 3v3 or 3 fire team thing that is not strikes or something like that, you know? Like a raid style challenging thing, but it's not 6 people, you know? It's 3. I think that's cool.
Yeah, I'd be excited to play something like that. I've been dealing with the whole struggle of like hopping into a 4-person PvP game mode, then hopping into a 3-person Nightfall. Like that's still really close.
It is a problem.
Seriously.
And it's just kind of like, all right, well, sorry, whoever, you got to leave so that we can do the Nightfall.
Christopher Barrett actually asked on Twitter, like, he just kind of solicited changes, like, what would you change? And I saw a bunch of people responding, and one of the things that a lot of Guardians are saying is like, just more continuity between the fire teams. Like, it would be great if like stuff was 3, like if raids were 6s, PvP was 6s,
Yeah.
Trials and everything else was 3s.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like that.
I mean that assumes you're going to jump from PvE to trials in that case, but
I mean, a
I
lot
do
of people
agree.
jump from like.
Yeah,
Like you got to
But-
segregate your group or separate your group all the time,
Yeah.
and that's
no,
sucks.
and I agree. By the way,
Who
but
do I like the
meaning-
least? Well, sorry, you again.
Yeah, but what I was going to point out is I think we all are excited about Iron Banner 6v6 is coming back.
Yeah.
That's a
Yeah.
few updates away.
That's gonna be good.
But 6v6 is going to be in there. You're going to have this problem regardless. But I think you just made the best point, which we just need more three stuff to do as a team of 3. So stuff like this, Prison of Elders, I would be excited. I hope to get to do the Varric's voice again someday.
Or let us go in with 4.
Or let us go in with yeah, and maybe you make a very good point. Is like it's so close in that case that maybe just make that 4 and make it more continuity. So, but I would love to see it. But the reward's got to be there. The
I just thought
progression has to be there.
I just thought of a really interesting idea, literally in this moment. What if your fire team was still 4 people and you introduced like checkpoints during a strike? And they were points based, right? And whoever was in
Battle Royale,
last, whoever was in last would get swapped out for the person, and they would have to like, it would be a competition.
Wait, what
to
happens
see who
after
doesn't
you,
get
if you
cut.
get swapped out?
Like
What does
at the
somebody else
next,
get
at the
bumped in?
next checkpoint, whoever's in last gets swapped out again, and so the competition becomes like you and your fire team trying to kill the most amount of NPCs, enemies, to get the most amount of points, so that you don't get cut from the team. And it's like a race. I don't know.
I
Does that sound interesting?
It does
sounds
sound
interesting
interesting.
to me.
It does sound interesting, but here's the thing that a lot of people have been doing lately. We've been doing the Tuesday streams where I stream to youtube.com/fireteamchat and of course twitch.tv/Destin channel, talking about Destiny, state of the game, and everybody has all these ideas for like how to improve the game. And it's like, yes, literally do anything. Any of these ideas sound great. Like I'm never gonna say an idea sounds bad. I might talk about why it would be challenging to implement or something like that. But right now, they're just trying to get the game to a state where people are enjoying
Where
coming
people
back to
want
it
to
regularly.
play.
It's cool.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
or,
but
or
Sean,
fix the vault.
Totally
Bring back
cool
trials.
idea.
Great ideas.
Fix
Yeah.
the vault. That's coming by
Classic trials.
the end of May. Yeah, some of the items on the roadmap. May for vaults upgrades. That's ridiculous. Next, and that's just a vault space increase.
I wanted to touch on
That's
something
just
real
another
quick
50
though.
spots or something.
Yeah.
What do you guys think about May for Gods of Mars? Right before E3, do you think we're going to see something new from Destiny 2 at E3 then?
I think you're going to see the September release. I'm taking a guess there.
That'd be my
Their next Taken King. They need, if they're sticking to that, you're going to see one of 2 things, I think. You're going to see that, or in some miracle, they're like, God, we need to take a year off and focus on just the game as is.
I thought you were going to say, by
That's not-
some miracle, Destiny 3. And I was like, no.
Friend, there is no chance they're going to say that at E3.
No,
unless it's like in an interview. They're not going to go on Sony stage like, hey, everybody, we're really excited to say we're taking a year off. Just
Well, in other words, sorry, they never promised
Yeah,
that they're
yeah.
coming out with content this year yet, right?
No.
They never promised that. I mean, in the Activision contract, I think there's
I
a
hope
lot
we
of
don't
discussion.
see them at E3. And I hope before E3 they say, hey, don't expect us there because we're focusing on the game for you guys.
I don't want to see anybody from Bungie at E3.
Yo,
No,
there's-
that's not. That's not what I mean.
I really dislike Luke and Mark. And
That's not what I mean.
I'm
Here's
joking.
the thing.
Would love to
There's-
see them there. But
There's no way
Yeah.
that Destiny doesn't appear on the stage at Sony's press conference. They've
Really?
been every year, right? Since they've come out.
I don't
Every
think
year.
no, they always have an exclusive.
Yeah, at
new
least some-
set of
Okay.
things, right? Exclusive map, exclusive strike, and he's right about that.
Destiny's
That's a
big
really
deal.
interesting conversation. I think they might skip this year.
Ooh.
Well, wait, just for
Predictions.
clarity, whether or not at E3, do you think there's a September or October release coming?
I don't know.
Oh my God. I hope
Because of
there
the
is.
state of the game,
hope there
because
is,
of the
right.
player base numbers that we have, because of everything going on with the game right now, I think they're focusing on what they have. We know that Gods of Mars is being released, and I think maybe after that they're like, hey, like we need to pump the brakes.
That's what I was saying. I think there's those 2 things. Is either yes, we've been working on this other thing. It's a very big update. It's got more than what you've seen them working on, or we're really just focused on fixing the game and making it what you guys want.
If Gods of Mars feels as hollow as Curse of Osiris did, they're going to be in a bad spot.
Yeah.
But I think they're aware of that.
Yep,
So they're
totally.
they're working on the content.
And to go back to what you said, I think that May, even though it's far out for more content, which we desperately need, I feel it's right because they need to fix all these things we're talking about. And like, it's just in the spirit of fairness, like, I don't want to end up with Curse Osiris again, where we lose on both fronts. Not enough content because it was rushed, and the game's not fixed on the core. So fix the core, then bring us new awesome content on top of that.
Yeah.
Curse of Osiris was just not a good situation.
Definitely. So like talking about all that, I mean, the theme of this episode is that I feel like Destiny 2 is getting better slowly. It's slowly and incrementally improving. It's unfortunate that they're in this state, but it is actually really rewarding to see that they are making positive changes. And one of the best things was Josh Hamrick's comment about the shoulder charge and how they're changing their whole philosophy about how they're implementing changes. They're like, hey, we never should have made that change. Yeah. We're reverting it back to the way it was. The fact that you use it as a traversal mechanic shouldn't be punished. Yeah. And I'm like, yes, why did you ever do that?
But that was good. It was, and you're right. It was nice just to hear honesty. They're like, you know what? It was a mistake. So yeah, we're bringing it back. It's pretty simple. Like they experienced the same thing we did, and they agreed. Doesn't have to be me. That's defensive,
like, to me, that's like a revelation, though. I'm like, oh my god, well, they're not just going to nerf everything into oblivion. They buffed weapons also.
Well, you're right, because it's indicative of a change in thinking, because like it's not the first time they've nerfed something that no one was asking for a nerf for. Remember, it was hunter trip mines. Yeah, like you used to be able. There was a medal in the game for sticking someone with a hunter trip mine, and then
unicorn man.
No one was saying that hunter trip mine shouldn't be able to stick.
Yeah.
Everybody else were like, "Oh, you can't stick." And then when you're at that point in Destiny 1, when you're a hunter and you land a perfect grenade with the stick and it bounces off their head and lands on the ground and you blow yourself up, like it just seems like
it's frustrating.
Even worse, you know.
I mean, they have a lot of data, but I think the big difference is that's like a bunch of data across everybody. It's not the hardcore, which is really what I believe has been who powered a lot of Destiny.
Do casuals? I hate to use that term, but like, do non-hardcore players, like, are they the ones who are vocally expressing their discontent with things like shoulder charges?
Yeah, that's what
I don't buy that. Like, I don't
feel
buy
like
that.
we would have seen that.
Yeah, like I just don't think that happens. You know.
Yeah. So
it's exciting. There's a lot of stuff coming.
Yeah. In addition to this roadmap, which I love, by the way, please make more roadmaps. It's excellent to just have this thing, and they've showed it in a few different ways now.
Yeah, it keeps expanding,
reinforcing.
Like
what you're working on.
We don't have to talk about it, but like Emblem Aura rework came up, and I was trying to remember, wait, did they ever talk about that? Because I keep I'm like, please reward me for being, I don't know if that's what they're doing, but alpha, a veteran, and I can have this like crazy starburst glow, and it's like, whoa, that dude was there. Yeah. But I don't know if that's what it's about, but little things like that, I don't even know what it is, but I'm excited. You know,
it is really positive.
Job well done.
So I do want to talk about Iron Banner because that's been activated like right now, and I have played more Destiny 2 this week, partially because I committed to doing the Tuesday streams to talk directly with the audience, the Fireteam chat audience. But I've been having a lot of fun. These improvements have positively impacted my fun with Destiny, and I mean the PvP is still the same PvP. It hasn't changed that much. It's still kind of like you got to team shot everybody, but I haven't been like miserable playing it at any point. So I'm very happy with that.
But
it's still just okay.
But they haven't changed it much.
They haven't changed it much. But I like that Iron Banner is just like turn in 10 packages, and then if you didn't get everything, just buy it. You can totally
whatever's
just buy
on sale for that, that round.
Yeah, and if you did you did that before, you can go back in. The ornamentation on Iron Banner is really tough to get. It's ridiculous. You got to get like 250 melee and grenade kills to unlock the chest piece ornamentation, I believe.
Gosh.
I'm just like, come on.
They're pretty.
Yeah,
I don't know how I feel about it yet. I like that if you see people walking around with it, they're pretty baller.
Yeah.
So I do like that.
It's asking a lot.
I also like the idea of having to earn something. That's something that I didn't think that PvP did really well in Destiny 2 was that like when they retrofitted almost all the systems, what they took away was a lot of the progression. Like I liked in Destiny 1 feeling like Iron Banner's live. I have 1 week to get all the way to rank 5. Otherwise, I'll miss the gear.
I lost so much sleep doing that.
I like that idea that like, oh, if I want that chest ornament, I have to play a lot. Like because I don't think... I go back. I've said this multiple times, but like, if you don't play enough or you aren't good enough, you don't deserve the rewards. I'm sorry. Like,
I agree. Otherwise, everybody's got it. That's a problem that we have in Destiny.
Yeah. So it's like a minor complaint, but it's still something I'm going to chase that. Yeah. I'm going to go into Iron Banner and play differently. It's encouraging me to play in a way that I normally wouldn't, to capture points with the team. By the way, I just want to say, I don't like that it's only one person needs on the point.
Don't like that either.
I think you should bring back the team mechanic.
Because
it was more exciting.
It takes away a strategic... Like how many people you decide to commit to one defensive point versus another when you're attacking or defending. Yeah, that's a huge tactical gameplay thing that they just removed by making it capture the same no matter how many guardians you have on the point.
It sped it up. Yeah. Also, if you had more guardians on there, and it gave you more points.
Like, have you ever gotten run by a team of like 5 guardians who they have one person defending and they just go point in circles and they hold like at least 3 of the points all the time? Yeah. Because by the time you cap one, they've already turned the other two against you.
turns into
like,
Ring Around the Rosie.
It's like a totally different way of playing Control. Like, why did they remove? I don't know.
Plus, it's hard to get that like six kills that you used to be able to get with a Nova Bomb or something.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh,
And that
yeah.
was fun too. So
Epic
like you
moments.
would catch whole teams on there. So that brings me actually to one of the other positive improvements, and that is the raid drop mechanic. I did Prestige Raid for the first time. I never had incentive to do it in the past.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, this is tough, and like I get
What do you
nothing
get
for
for it?
doing it.
There's
Absolutely
literally no
nothing.
bonus.
Now, when
Double
that
drops.
chest pops, you get your tokens, you get an armor or weapon drop, and it's really rewarding. You can also get like high-level engrams in the raid. It was really, really fun to run it with the team. However, it was very buggy. There were a few times, and this is apparently a known bug on PC, where if your team wipes, it'll just lock you out, so people have to leave and come back.
I've
or like,
had that already.
there's a-
outside of Prestige.
There's a rumor that you got to like switch your chess piece over and over again in order to get everyone to spawn in.
I don't know
I
about
think
that.
that
Definitely
one's just like
someone.
a spin
Definitely
foil hat.
someone made that up.
But
now everyone's switching their
Bungie,
chess
you
piece.
need to address whatever's going on PC or
The raid bugs. Yeah.
Moon Studio.
I've had that at Callus a lot on normal even.
Yeah.
We just like wipe and then it's like we're not rezzing.
Yeah.
You know, basically
what
we
it
had
is.
that happen on day one.
Yeah.
If you remember, but
But now it's not permanent. Like eventually you will res, but you're sitting there for like 5-10
Yeah,
minutes.
yeah.
It's like, what is going on?
that's a bad one.
And then one person's alive.
Yeah. But yeah,
Anyway,
you're right. Like Prestige Ornament, double drops, and along with guaranteed drops with more exotic chance at each encounter. So
was so
there's a lot
awesome.
to look forward to in there. Yeah.
Ren, it was so awesome being in the raid with my friends, and we're all talking about the drops that we got. And like they pop out as engrams, and you pick them up, and they automatically decrypt into the item that you choose. And it was so fun feeling that experience.
What'd you get?
again,
Yeah,
that
what'd you
had
get?
it.
What'd you get?
What'd you get? Oh, I got a Masterwork. I got like a full set of Masterworks raid gear,
Right.
which was awesome.
That's awesome.
Except the chest piece, but I got a full set.
So not a
of,
full set.
I got a full set of prestige gear.
75% of.
Don't forget, the sweeper bot also sells one weapon per week. So it's one weapon and the set, but you have to actually do the raid to be able to purchase it. So I was really worried. I'm like, well, if he's going to sell like 4 weapons, you'll just buy everything you need.
Oh, did you look to see what Banshee's selling? Or Benedict?
Yeah, Benedict has the SMG, which I don't really like.
Oh, the Mob Justice or
I
whatever?
believe it was
Okay.
Mob Justice. Yeah, so I didn't buy
I
it,
need
and
that.
I kept getting it as a drop in the raid.
Man,
But
I need Alone as a God, the sniper, so bad.
I still don't have that.
yeah,
That's cool, though. I'm happy I don't have it.
It's a really good
excited to get it.
improvement. And then the other thing I want to talk about, the Masterworks armor, it's pretty boring.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was
So you
showing
don't
Sean.
feel this, like, the stat chance? You're not feeling that opportunity to...
It's just not quite the reroll mechanic that everyone wanted.
It reduces incoming damage when your super is active, right? So it's just like, okay, well, that's
But that's
fine.
just one example of what Masterworks can do. Masterworks can do a bunch of other things, but I think like people wanted the ability to reroll all the nodes and have like a bunch of different types of the same.
So what
gear,
Masterworks
you know?
armor does is it specifically allows you to re-roll your mobility, resistance, and recovery thing. That's all it does, really, and it reduces your damage during super activation.
active. Yeah,
So that's all
which stacks
the
a
armor
little.
does. The weapons have a stat boost increase. Like if you have an AR, it has a reload stat or a range or something like that. I was working on that before the show.
Yeah.
I really like the raid armor perks, though. Those are really, really, really fun.
Yeah.
The 25% damage boost, like if you have solar abilities activated, for example, I was using it with my Titan. That's awesome.
Yeah.
You feel super powerful. You're just melting the dog that you're
dogs,
fighting
yeah,
or whatever.
exactly.
It feels really, really good. Make sure your feet are on the ground. Another sort of weird thing that's not described in the menu. Like if you're airborne, you don't get that stat boost.
Oh,
So
interesting.
it was really strange. And sometimes if you're like on a platform,
That's
it
for the raid
registers
perk?
as being airborne. Yeah,
Is that
But
just
just-
during supers or no? It's just ability, period, right?
it's abilities.
Yeah.
So like grenades. So if you're Titan and you're doing arc
solar
on dogs,
abilities, period. But
Yeah.
like when you're in the air, it's not active.
Yeah. And you can just switch it for one raid token. And I don't have anything to spend them on right now. So I just like, you switch.
You can switch
whenever I
between
want.
encounters. Oh, that's right. You can switch. That's really
So in the
cool.
middle of the raid, you can switch which one
So-
you have active.
The
I'm
thing I
playing this
really like
weekend.
about
That's
this,
where I'm a little behind here. Yeah.
the thing I like about this is that we had previously said that what made the armor special from other raids and stuff was that it gave you bonuses in that raid.
Yeah.
It made you want to incentivize you to use that armor in the raid. Now
Yeah.
we're doing that with this.
Yeah.
Great step in the right direction.
Yeah, totally. I'm really, really happy about it. And I like the new raid perk armor.
Yeah.
Masterworks armor, though, I'm just like, I don't know, it's just missing something because it's like, why would I wear this Masterworks?
And I think they
Reduced
recognize
damage
that
during super
because they said they're going to work more on it coming, in the coming updates.
I would love to have like a variety of different things that you could get from Masterworks armor and raid armor and such.
Yeah, I get the sense it's the same as mods in general as well, right? Like
Yeah,
they
more
know that mods are
variety.
important to us. They've done a couple things, but they're like, we're working on it. So I'm glad to see it out there though. And like to be fair, you haven't got that full stacked super boost. Maybe while you're in PvP with a full Masterworks set, right? Don't you get?
I have.
You get
and
really?
It's not noticeable, really.
Wait, you don't
Wait,
have a full set yet, though.
Do we know that
I
it
have a
stacks?
full-
Does it stack?
I-
It doesn't
I-
stack, right?
No.
That
I don't,
sucks.
I don't
Oh, I
know.
thought it did
I don't
for,
think so. I have a full set of Masterworks.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's not really.
How much
It's a
does it
minor-
reduce?
it's just
How
a-
much does it reduce damage?
I think I don't-
10%.
It just says. It just doesn't say a percentage. I don't.
Now you made me forget. I forgot if it was 3%.
Negative
each stack.
3% damage resistance when casting a super.
Thought that stacked.
With
Well,
that,
whatever.
yeah.
Sorry that I.
With it being
brought
that,
up.
with it
I
being
forgot
that
now.
low, it'd be really
don't
cool
have
if
it
it
yet.
I
stacked.
don't think it stacks.
What if it did? That'd be cool.
I don't think it does. I think they clarified
Now
that when
we gotta
did
write it in
when
the
we did-
comments as
when
soon
we
as we
did the
check
show
out.
2 weeks ago.
It's all right.
It's generally a good assumption that if it doesn't say, it doesn't in Destiny.
But
So
my point is,
before
I get-
the Discord links, I'll be like, yes, it does.
No,
stack.
but-
No, it doesn't stack.
Please join Discord. I want to play with you guys.
Yeah.
But no, what I liked about it when I read the update, what I was excited about was I do get kills on my supers a lot. So anything that can help me in a PvP match, like even a little bit, it maybe would be fun to use. So
Yeah.
I guess we'll see.
So overall, what do you think about the fact that they're being more open, more transparent? I think that this is the first improvement that has me back playing the game and having fun again. That's excellent. And it's going to get better. It's going to take a long time. And yeah, I'm happy about this. And I'm happy about the transparency, especially.
I mean, I feel the same way. We always wanted more communication and better transparency. We're getting that, but I still think for me, it's contingent upon delivering of these things, right? Like you can say all you want.
Yeah.
It matters if you actually deliver.
Yeah.
And
They're starting to.
yeah, and they are starting to. And in time, we'll make another assessment later down the road, or like when Gods of Mars comes out, or potentially this September release.
February 27th is the next update, which is also somebody's birthday.
Who's?
I don't know.
Let us know in the comments. No, just
Me. It's actually dropping on my birthday. I'm excited about that.
That's
Not
cool.
that-
Nice.
Whatever.
They-
But it's
I
a nice, easy one to remember.
Chris actually tweeted about that. That's why they
Yeah,
did it. on
Chris
that.
was like, Fran, really excited to give you no more exotic redundancy. I forget if that was in March. Or not, but yeah. But yeah, so the next one's February 27th. I know that for a fact. And then about a month.
There's
after
one in
that,
March.
yeah.
There's none in April. And then there's one in May.
Early May.
And May is the vault adjustment.
Yeah.
I'm not going to call it a fix.
Yeah. But
Just
But yeah, like, look, we're right. This is the first week out. I've played some Iron Banner. I'm doing raiding and stuff this week. And I think next week, and especially CJ will be back too. But for me, I'll be experiencing a lot of these January 30th changes this week.
Yeah.
Destin's laughing at me. What's going
Oh,
on?
I'm just imagining if I get to interview somebody from Bungie again, I'm going to bring something that's full and be like, do you think I should just add more space or should I like reorganize?
Can we? That's a great idea.
Yeah.
Is like have a live in real life vault exercise for them and be like, is it no? Just sorry. Here, let me hold these
like-
over here in this pile until you clear that out.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then just like have a larger container over here and be like, you can't use that though.
That is a great idea, Destin.
Yeah.
I know it might work, but we just can't. Sorry.
I love that.
Anyway, that's it for this week, really. Just the updates. Do you guys have anything you wanted to bring up?
Yeah, dude, you guys should come play Monster Hunter with me. That thing's so fun. You guys been
as
playing
a-
that?
Yeah, what else are we playing? I think that'd be good to talk about briefly.
Yeah, sure. I mean, so I just mentioned Monster Hunter, and then the other thing is me and CJ have been on that competitive tear in Halo 5.
Nice.
Man, I know you guys are still
Well, Halo, you know CJ. CJ's a big PvP guy. And hey,
big
guess what?
Bungie guy.
Guess what?
Still
Like,
goes back.
competitive multiplayer is so good in Halo 5.
Oh, yeah.
It's fast, it's responsive, it's competitive, and it's balanced. And guess what? Like, it's just incredible.
esport.
Yeah, it's an
They do
esport.
tune it for that, so
Yeah.
What about you, Fran?
I would happily play that. I did play the Sea of Thieves
I
closed
played
beta.
that. Yeah.
I didn't get enough time. I love the sense of world. It's a beautiful game. I think I even streamed it on Fireteam chat one night.
Yeah.
Called it On the Lookout. But I was very excited about that game. Have been. I think it's going to be interesting for Destiny players, and obviously Fortnite's a big one as well. As I know you play PUBG. I like PUBG.
PUBG.
And Division. Everybody's still talking Division. I haven't got a chance to get back to it.
I
but-
tried out the Division. People have been asking me to show that on Fireteam chat, but
Yeah.
I mean, I started a new character on PC. I think I'm going to try it again with my Xbox character, the 50-hour character, because I don't want to go through the progression loop again. Like, it would take way too long to get him maxed out. I've been trying out this game, Escape from Tarkov.
Yeah.
Duggan's been all over that.
It's pretty rough. Duggan isn't that into it, actually.
But he's been playing it a lot.
He's been playing The Hunt. That is a different game.
What?
That is out recently. Yeah.
Wait.
He tried out Escape from Tarkov about 2 months ago.
Oh, okay. The Hunt is the 2v2v2v2 one, right?
I have no idea.
We did a live stream.
Yeah, we did a live
Check
stream.
out
You guys will have
Duggan.
to check that.
He also did a video. If you just search YouTube, what is The Hunt?
But
IGN, you'll find
I've been playing Escape from Tarkov.
Yeah, sorry.
Gotcha.
Who are you again?
Yeah. Duggan's great. We get it.
Yep.
No, just kidding. Yeah, so it's this hyper-realistic survival game where, like, if you die, you lose all your gear. Like, you lose your backpack, and it's really hard to progress again. It's in a really rough state right now, but I'm sort of enjoying learning something. It's also, like, hyper-realistic. Like, you have to take your bullets and put them into the magazines, then put the magazines into the gun. Wow. And if you have the wrong ammo type in the magazine, you have to, like, it's really
It'll
crazy.
Just, like, jam, and then you're like, oh, no.
No, it just doesn't work. So you have a clip in there, but your gun won't fire, and then you die.
That's cool. Yeah, again, like I want to talk about it for a second. If people want to hear about that, what else we're playing, I mean, in some significant amount, I think we'd love to talk about that more, but I think we believe, obviously, most people on Fireteam chat come for Destiny.
Yeah.
But let us know if you're, like, in mass, if you're serious, you want to hear us talk about other stuff. Yeah, meaning I was happy to stream Sea of Thieves on the channel instead of Destiny one night. But
and I also want to reiterate that Halo's groups are called fire teams, so
perfect,
on brand.
Yeah.
If you guys come over,
all right. So any game with fire,
I'm just saying.
Teams,
also, Team
we're
Slayer
putting on the channel.
Team Slayer in Halo
Slayer.
is 4v4. 1, 2, 3, and CJ. Like,
by the way, Halo is a great. If we ever go down that path, I mean, it was originally made by Bungie. I think it's a good match.
Yeah,
like, you don't have to sell anybody on that.
Halo 6 this year, you think?
Yeah.
No announcement this year.
Yeah.
You think?
I think we're gonna see something at E3.
Really?
I think it is. Yeah.
It is about time.
At least a trailer.
You know what's really interesting? We're coming up on the next gen soon, I would think, like somewhere, whether it's a tease this year and we're 2 or 3 years out.
Wait, so that's a whole
that
different
weird
discussion. You don't think we're past generations now with consoles?
Well, I don't know yet, but meaning in theory, the next Halo and the next Destiny might be for these.
Let's reel it in. We're getting pretty generalized here, and we got to wrap up the show. We have some tight studio time considerations.
Good
today.
host.
Thank you guys for joining me on the show, Sean. Good to have you again. It's been a while.
Yeah, I know. I'm glad to be back.
Can I read this clarification on
go ahead.
I looked it up. So, Masterwork armor grants 3% damage resistance while players are in a super state for each Masterwork armor piece equipped.
It does stack.
So they didn't really say stacked, and that's why I was a little confused. But it sounds like it does. So up to 12% or no?
Yeah.
I was wrong. Nobody clipped this out.
No, it's not even right or wrong. But the point we do that on the show. There's so many things to remember. Yeah. So that's the deal. So very exciting to get a full Masterwork set. It's nice too that it's not like you have to have them all for the stacks. So yeah, check them out. Tell us what you think.
All right. Well, I guess that's all for this week.
All right.
And until next time, everybody, Guardians out. Hey, thanks for watching. They're still letting me talk about Destiny, so please, for real, please subscribe to youtube.com/fireteamchat if you like Destiny. It will help me keep my job.